for this. And I've been trying to be really good about like same week uploading recording. So if you don't do a Tuesday or don't do a Thursday or Saturday, I'm trying to get everything up same week so that you can do them if you want to. Go ahead and reach your hands up overhead for me. Take that big inhale, exhale, gaze goes up towards the ceiling, and then go ahead and dive your hands down to your mat and just hang there nice and heavy for me. Grab those opposite elbows and just release your neck. Start to rock from side to side. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. You'll come back through center, release your elbows and slowly roll yourself back up to the top. Hands reach up overhead one more time. And then gaze goes to the front of the room. Hands come behind your head. Hit those good morning stretches for me and take your time. I want you to think about just really shifting those hips to the back of the room and then lift up a really big squeeze of your glutes at the top. Just take your time. We're getting nice and warm. You're here for about 20 more seconds. So think about keeping elbows wide, and your hips are what are leading you in this movement. So all you're doing is pressing your hips back. Your chest will fall forward. You'll feel that nice stretch in your hamstrings, and then you'll come back up and give me a really big squeeze at the top. You've got 10 seconds left right here. Just take your time. 5, good, 4 and 3, beautiful, 2 on 1, meet me back at the top, open up that stance nice and wide. I want you to shift towards that left side of the room, stand up nice and tall, and then shift to the right side. So just opening up hip flexors, inner thighs, outer thighs. We've got a nice little second position series to kick us off today. What I want you to think of as you're going from side to side is I don't care how many reps you get in. I want your chest to stay proud. I want your knee to shift over that ankle. Glute comes right in line. And then it's almost like you're pressing through the side of that foot to get yourself back up to standing. About 10 more seconds right here. 9 and 8, good. 7, you'll meet me in the center of your mat. And 6, we've got 30 seconds of alternating reverse lunges, nice and slow. And then we'll get into that first series in 5, good. In 4, really shifting side to side, all 10 toes are forward. In 3, you stand. In 2, go ahead and bring those feet together. I want you to drive that right knee back, stand and squeeze. I'd like you to come a couple inches above that mat. Some of you have the flexibility to tap your knee in that reverse lunge. Again, it's about 30 seconds here. Take your time. What I want you to think about is your form. You're driving through that front heel for me. We haven't hit a reverse lunge in a hot second, so this probably feels like, what? We're not going into a lunge series first. Don't worry. I just want you to get everything warm. So as you drive through that front heel to stand, you'll alternate, and then that opposite foot will come back for me. Just 10 seconds to go, and we'll meet standing. You're welcome to stick your Balas on. Know that you'll have some heel lifts in that second position series, so I'd recommend no Balas to start. In 3, you stand. In 2, you stand. Last one, meet me at the center of that mat. Give those legs a nice little punch for me as you go up and down that quad, and then you'll meet me in that second position, that nice internally rotated heel and toes facing out. Think about that 11 and 1. Take a big inhale here for me. I want you to contract that tummy. So as you exhale, pull belly button to spine. You haven't moved yet. Take a big inhale. And then I want you to exhale, contract that spine. Bring those palms together. We're going to say down, 2, 3, lift, 2, 3. Start nice and slow and controlled for me. So I want you to feel those inner thighs in that nice little stretch. So as you sink your glutes down to the floor, you're coming down that imaginary wall. So shoulders stay right over your hips. You're pressing your knees back, driving through those heels. Take your time here. We're just getting warm. So as you sink down, what I want you to think to yourself is you might have to walk your heels in a little bit. If you feel like your knees are coming in or they're not staying in line, just walk your feet in a little bit. We've all got really a different level of flexibility in those hips. You're here in a 3 count. So take your time. Remember, down, 2, 3, lift, 2, squeeze. Take your time because you still have about 20 seconds left right here. You're going to meet me at the bottom of that range in about 10 seconds. So take your time. 3 counts to come up, 3 counts to come down. On this next one, stay nice and low for me and go into that pulse. It's just up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Think about what your heels are doing. Drive through those heels. Remember, it's not a bounce. It's that nice controlled pulse. Beautiful. Shoulders look great here. I've got a good view of that. Watch knees. Your ankles here, ladies. What I want you to think about is you might need to walk them in. And that doesn't mean you're modifying. It just means your hips might be a little bit tight. Emma, that looks great. Keep that tailbone tucked under just like that. You have 10 more seconds in these pulses, and then you have a 2 count up, 2 count down. So we're just picking up that pace a little bit. In 5, pulse for 4. Keep driving those hips down, pressing those knees back. We're back in a 2 count up and 2 count down. In 3, in 2, I want you to lift for 2 counts, drive right back down for 2 counts. So you are getting to stand up at that top, and then you drive those glutes right back down to that mat. Inner thigh should start getting warm. I want you to keep pressing those knees apart for me here. Good. You have about 10 more seconds right here. So think about that 2 count lift, that 2 count press down. You're staying at the back, at the bottom, you're back in your pulses in 5, in 4, stay low in pulse in 3, in 2, stay low for me. Now drive that tailbone down an inch and up an inch. Here's where you should starting to get warm. Keep pressing those knees back, keep driving through those heels. Most importantly, you're breathing. When you have those hands in prayer, think about every time you pulse, you're pressing those palms together, contracting your abs. It's just as much an ab exercise right here if you're breathing correctly. 8 and 7, beautiful. 6, we hold in 5. You're gonna wanna stand, don't do it. 4 and 3, pulse for 2, hold on 1. I want you to lift both heels up. I want you to lower with control. You're gonna lift both heels up, and then you're gonna lower them slow. Modification, you can do 1 at a time if that is where you are. If not, you're just holding. I want you to lift both heels up. Think about your weight in those first 3 toes. Leave your pinky toes out of it. You're coming to the ball of that foot, and then you're letting your heels fall down. Stay nice and low. Good. You've got a big lift and squeeze, and then you lower. You're gonna do that 3 more times for me. 3 more times. Lift up and lower. 2 more times. You're gonna leave your heels lifted on this next one. You've got it. Leave your heels lifted. Give me 3 pulses with your heels lifted, then lower your heels, lift them up again. Here's where you're burning. I'm gonna let you stand after this, so fight for this last 15 seconds. 3 pulses, just like you did on Tuesday. You lower your heels, you lift those heels back up. 8 seconds to go. Pulse down. 2, 3, lift those heels, lower them, yep, or lower your heels and lift them. Final 3 pulses, you're gonna lower your heels and you're gonna single count in that first position, lower down in that second position, lift and squeeze, lower down, lift and squeeze. 1 count down, 1 count up. So here's where you picked up the pace, and now your inner thighs should be talking to you. They should be nice and warm. Hold on to this movement for me. Watch your head, neck, and shoulders. You're gonna wanna start to hinge. You're not in a squat. You're coming right down that imaginary wall, and then you stand and squeeze, straightening out those legs. You've got it. Give me 20 seconds here, 20 seconds in this full range, and then we're gonna move on. You have it. We don't finish at the bottom of your range. I want you to master this full range, bigger macro movement. Drive that tailbone down, drive your weight into your heels, wiggle your toes. You stand up and you squeeze everything. You're breathing for me. Inhale as you lower, contract your abs. Exhale, squeeze, pull belly button to spine. In 5 seconds, you meet me standing. In 4, you've got it. 3, in 2, meet me standing. Now turn those toes. All 10 toes are forward, just like your warm up. Shift to that right side, lift and squeeze, and that left side. So what I need you to do is you're right in that nice side lunge position from that second. So now instead of your heels internally rotated, all 10 toes face forward and everything's parallel. You're just shifting from that left side back to center over to that right side for me. You have it. Now, can you start, instead of standing all the way up, just start lifting a little to get into that other side. So you're gonna think you're gonna come up a couple inches, shift right into that right side. So you don't have to stay low the entire time, but you're not coming to that standing position in the center. Heart rate's gonna come up a little bit right here. You have it. Breathe for me. 20 seconds to go. You're shifting side to side. I know you have it. Shift side to side right here. 10 seconds. Don't worry about your pace. How low can you go while keeping that form nice and strong? 10 and 9. Beautiful. 8. Good. 7. You've got 6 and 5. Final 4. Meet me standing in 3. Meet me standing in 2. Last one. Walk that right foot in. Left foot is going to be your stabilizing leg. On that right side, I want you to go ahead and flex that foot, bend that left knee right into your side leg lift. So now we're hitting outer thigh on that right side. Stabilizing leg is that left leg. Yes, you can. Big lift and squeeze. Now watch your chest. Everything is proud. Notice that I'm not leaning to the left. It's almost like I'm trying to lean towards that right, finding that pinch in that oblique. If you have balas on, your leg's not going to lift as high. I want a flexed foot. I want you to pretend like you have a cast on that leg. Bend that left knee for me. Now I want you to think about it as if you're lifting with your heel. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. 8 more pulses up right here, or full range movement, I should say. 6 to go. Look strong. I know that standing leg is going to start to get tired. Keep your foot parallel. Don't let your toes start to face that ceiling. You're almost there. Give me 3. Good. Give me 2. Yes, you can. On that last one, hold it up. Now give me 8 pulses. 8. 7, yes, you can. 6 and 5, hold it up in 4, good. 3, 2, and now you freeze. If you need to, hands come to prayer. Bend that left knee 1 more inch. Lift that right leg up 1 inch. Yes, you can. Hold 10, hold 9, don't lose it. 8 and 7, you're right there. 6 and 5, final 4 and 3. That leg comes down in 2. On 1, step that right foot down for me. You're going to step out into your side lunge together. Then you're going to give me that leg lift. You might want to keep your hands in prayer. Step out to that right side, and then you lift that right leg right up. Confuse that muscle a little. I know it's really early in the morning for some combo moves that feel a little tricky. You know this. You step out into your side lunge, you step together. You do have to soften that left knee as you straighten that right leg. So the biggest change of mind right here is, when is my knee locked out and when is it not? You bend that right knee to step into that side lunge, working left inner thigh. You stand back up, bend that left knee a little to straighten that right leg. So you're just going back and forth right here. Give me about 10 more seconds of this. You have it. 9 and 8. Good combo movement. 7 and 6. Final 5. Last movement's going to throw you off, but it's just going to test that balance. 4 and 3. Remember, side lunge together, leg lift. Everyone meet me standing in 2. Meet me standing in 1. Take that right leg. Single leg deadlift to finish. So I want you to bring right knee up, and then you're just seesawing back of the room, front of the room. Your left leg should be on fire right here. Bring that knee up and then reach it to the back of the room. I really am just challenging you to hit every muscle group. Yes, you can. Watch your hips right here. Let me see lower back. Beautiful. Kathleen, those look great. Hips are nice and square. Those toes face the ground for everyone. Nice. Let me see your balance. Really good, Kara. That looks great. Everyone's breathing. I love that you're in this dark shadow, Emma, because I bet you it's so bright if I was actually there. Big, big, big breath right here. You have 10 seconds, 9 seconds. You're going to stand up nice and tall. We got our first plank of class in 8, in 7. Oh, yes, you can. 6. Take a deep breath. 5, 4. Control it. 3 and 2. Meet me standing. Hands come up overhead. You should have your heart rate up a little bit right here. Dive your hands down to your mat. Don't worry about your computer. Step out into that plank. I don't care if you're in a hand plank or a forearm plank. It's a minute and it's started. Find that. A forearm plank is always going to be my preference, ladies, but if you want to be on your hands, I'm fine with that too. Go ahead and zip up your inner thighs for me right here. Relax your shoulders. So just like on Tuesday, when we talk through that breath and what I want you to be thinking about right here, you're already almost at that halfway point. So just breathe for me. Take that big inhale. On the exhale, not only are you pressing into that mat, you're pulling elbows towards your toes. Your belly button's pulling towards your spine. Don't let your shoulders collapse right here. You could stay here forever. You guys are really, really, really strong in your core, so don't underestimate yourself here. You've got that final little bit of work, 25 seconds right here, and then you're walking up to your hands. It's a minute plank in between sides. We stand up after this. You've got it. Final little bit, 15 seconds, and you're going to walk up to your hands if you're on your forearms. Can you breathe? Can you squeeze your inner thighs any tighter? Ignore anything your mind is telling you right now. I want the best form you can give me. You're walking up to your hands right here. Walk up to your hands. Beautiful. Now lift your hips. You made it. You made it. Walk up to hands. Find that downward dog. Take your time. Start to pedal out those knees. Start to pedal out those knees. You've got it. Now, when you're ready, walk hands to your feet, feet to your hands, and you're going to slowly roll up. We are going slow in these series, but we're about to repeat. So you're gonna come up a little bit of different changes in the second round in the second position, but I really want your inner and outer thighs talking to you at this standing work. If you want your Balas on, you can leave them on. Take a big inhale here for me. Palms are gonna come together. You have that 3 count down, and then you're gonna lift and squeeze back to the top. Take your time in this movement. I know that we're going slow, but what I want you to think about is what you're doing. Where is the weight in your feet? It should be in those heels. When you pulse down that imaginary wall, you're pressing your knees back. Think inner thigh and that glute is what you're working right here. So your inner thigh is stretching as you press knees back. Your shoulders stay stacked over top of your hips. So your core is working. You're going to inhale as you lower. You're going to exhale as you squeeze to lift. Your back and your pulses for me in about 10 seconds. Breathe through it. Second time through, you should be feeling some of that fatigue, but because you're getting your breath back underneath of you, you can use it as you inhale to lower, exhale, squeeze to lift. Meet me at the bottom of your range on this next one. Go right into your pulses. If you don't like second position, this was a tough class to do, huh? Because we don't like that. Some of us do. Open those hips up. They've earned it. Think about how deliberate your pulses down are. We are not bouncing. You're thinking down an inch and up an inch. Notice shoulders stay relaxed. Your belly button is plugged in. Your heels are tracking under your knees. Please think about pressing knees back every time. 8 and 7. You're going to go into your 2 count up and down. So you get to stand again. That's that tiny gift built into it for you in 5. Good. Pulse 4, pulse 3, final 2, hold on 1. Now lift up on that 2 count, lower on that 2 count. So you think to yourself, we lift for 2, then we lower for 2. This is your chance to get a little bit lower, to press those knees back a little bit further. You've got 15 seconds left in this 2 count. We go back into your pulses after that. 10 seconds to go right here. Think about your form. Are you driving the weight into your heels? Can you wiggle your toes? Are your shoulders relaxed? It looks really strong, ladies. 5 seconds, you're at the bottom. In 4, in 3, last time to stand up right here. Now come down for me, go right back to your pulses, down an inch and up an inch, down an inch and up an inch. Yes, you can. There's no bouncing in any of these rooms. Think to yourself, as you drive your glutes down an inch, you're squeezing and almost releasing. Squeezing and releasing. Keep pressing knees back. 10 seconds right here. 9. Good. 8. You're holding in 7. I know you're going to want to stand. Don't do it. You've got 5 and 4. Heel lifts in 3. Hold in 2. Freeze right there. Lift both heels up, then lower those heels. Yes, you can. You take that break if you need it, and then you meet me nice and strong at the bottom of that range. Both heels are lifting. Weight is in those first 3 toes. Leave those pinky toes out of it. Focus right here on your breath. Posture looks beautiful, Kathleen, right there. 10 seconds, ladies. 9 and 8. We're going to add that combo movement in. So you're going to give me 3 pulses with those heels lifted. Then you'll lower them and lift again. In 3 and 2. Keep those heels lifted for me. Now pulse down. 2, 3, then lower your heels, lift them right back up. Stay low. I know you're fighting through this. I know you're fighting through this. You're going to lift all the way up into that single count in a second. There's a tiny bit of a change on this last round through. Finish these second positions really strong. You've got 10 seconds here. Remember, there's 3 pulses at the bottom. If you need to lower your heels, you can lower them and then keep them lowered. You're going to keep your heels lifted for me in 3 and 2. Everyone keep your heels lifted. Extend those legs, lower your heels, sink back down. So you lift those heels, extend those legs, lower your heels, sink into your plie. So what I want you to remember here, the difference is instead of keeping your heels flat the entire time, you're lifting up and straightening your legs with your heels lifted. It's only going to be a couple inches, but you're going to feel the difference. You then lower your heels to sink all the way back down. 20 seconds to go. You have 1 hold left. You're there. You're there. I know you can do it. In 10 seconds, I need you at the bottom of your range for me. Think to yourself, lower, lift your heels, extend your legs, lower those heels, plie down. You've got 5, 4, meet me at the bottom of your range in 3 and 2 on 1. Hands come up overhead, soften the bend in your shoulders. Extra challenge for anyone who needs it is to lift those heels. If not, I care more about you staying low and good form. You have only 8 seconds left right here. You stand up, we go right into those lunges. So all 10 toes are going to face forward. 5 seconds, yes, you can. 4, hands come down in 3 In 2, stand up right here. Heels are gonna be parallel, toes face forward. Sink to that right side and that left side for me. That right side and that left side. Legs should be tired here, I know, fight for it. We finish this left side, you come down to the mat. So what I want you to think about in this movement is as you shift from side to side, your chest is gonna wanna start to fold forward. I want you to keep your chest lifted. As you sink onto that left side, weight is still in your heels, so your butt is parallel. It's in line with that knee, and then you switch over to that right side. You've got this. You're gonna meet me on that right side standing, and we're gonna step into that left side lunge in 5, 4, good, 3, and 2. Meet me standing on 1. You're gonna step that left foot out for me, that left foot out, and then I want you to step together just to get that nice big range of motion there for me. Step that left foot out, step that left foot in. You've got it. Step that left foot out, step that left foot in. So really think about that range of motion right here. As you're coming back down, you bring those toes together. If you want to give me that knee lift, you're welcome to, but just know you're going to have to put that combo movement together. So I don't want you to confuse yourself here. 15 seconds. Here's what you're thinking about. If you're not feeling the burn starting to build in that outer part of your cheek, I want you to press into those toes as you stand together, and then you step back out. You have this. I need 10 seconds left from you. Basic movements again, but as we stack everything, your legs should be really starting to fatigue right here. 5 seconds, you meet me standing. We've got that side leg lift in 4. You're gonna stand at the top, bend that right knee. 3 and 2, stand at the top, flex that left leg. You're gonna lift it up and lower. Almost like if you needed to reach that left arm to stay stacked, you're welcome to. Hands can also come to prayer. Big range of motion here just because you don't have a weight, a bala, anything on. If you need to hold on to something on that right side, I'm completely fine with that. I want you to focus on your control here. Flex your left foot. You lift that leg up, you lower it down. If anything's happening in your hip flexors or your back, just don't go up as high. You're thinking there's a cast on that leg. I want you leading with your heel as opposed to your toes. So everything is parallel. I would almost want you to try to turn those toes down towards the mat. 15 seconds and we add it together. You're there. You're gonna fly through these last couple of changes and then we'll get into arms and abs. Nice and controlled for me. 5, nice. 4, watch that oblique, watch that lean. Try to lean into it. 3 and 2, on 1, you come back down, you step out on that left side, you step together, side leg lift. Out into that lunge together, that side leg lift. I know it's basic and it's slow, fairly traditional, but if you breathe through it, if you squeeze and contract those muscles, you should be feeling everything from that inner thigh to that outer thigh warming itself up for you. You have 15 seconds left in this combo movement. Find your breath. Inhale as you lower, exhale, squeeze to lift. Good. Think about your breath as you lift that leg up, keeping everything flexed. I know you're tricking those muscles. They don't know what's happening next. 5 seconds to go for me. I know that last movement is where we really have to focus on what that right leg is doing. 3 and you stand. 2 and you stand. On 1, bring that left knee up. You're going into those single leg deadlift. That's bringing that knee up towards your chest, shifting that leg to the back of the room. You should be burning in those legs. I know that they are tired here. Big inhale. Yes, Kara, those look great. And exhale. Think to yourself on the exhale here, really extend that leg, flex through that foot if you can, and find that length in your hamstring. 5 seconds, you meet me standing. In 4, in 3, beautiful. 2, meet me standing on that mat. Come to the front of that mat. Heels are turned in, toes are turned out. Hit that body weight squat for me. Body weight squat. We're almost on that mat for the rest of class. I want you to think about opening those hips up right here. Press your knees out and then you stand and squeeze. Chest stays proud. I'd rather you stay up a little bit higher than let your chest come down. My friends who need that extra challenge, you're always welcome to put your hands behind your head, open elbows up nice and wide. 10 seconds. You've got a bar burpee today. Gosh, I don't know the last time that we've done these. Here's what I need you to think about. In 10 seconds, you're going to hold at the bottom. Your hands come down. You're going to walk your feet out, out, in, then you stand. This feels like a Saturday move that I just wanted to give this group. Everybody meet me at the bottom of your squat at 3 and 2, bottom of your squat, drop your hands down. You walk back for 2, in for 2, stand, squeeze. Find your squat, drop your hands down, back 2, in, 2, stand, squeeze. Some of you like to jump out, jump in. You are welcome to add cardio. No push-up is required here. If you want to slow it down and give yourself those push-ups, I'm fine with it. You have 20 seconds left. You're going to end up on your mat. If you need to move your computer, you can stand up. I'm fine with it. You've got a child's pose in 15 seconds. Back, 2, in, 2, stand, squeeze. Beautiful, really nice squat right here. Nice control. Everyone has time for one more. I want you to finish it up strong. Meet me in that child's pose in 4, in 3, in 2. You made it. If you need to move your computer, take the rest first. Reach those seats back towards your heels. Reach those hands towards the front of your mat. Really nice work in your legs. I hope they are warm. It's like that tricky burn because if your heart rate's not up, your legs just worked really hard. Come into that all 4 position. Let's get that cat-cow stretch. Drop belly button down, press those shoulders, squeeze them together, and then open up those shoulder blades, rolling through. I want you each to give me one more cat-cow stretch. You're welcome to give those legs a little bit of a stretch, and then you're going to move your computers if you need to so I can see you at the bottom. Now, everybody meet me in that neutral spine. Shoulders are right over those wrists. You're going to come down on a 2 count, lift and squeeze. You know I'm loving these tasks. We're going to do them for a little bit. Lower down, lift, squeeze your triceps for me. Lower down, lift, squeeze your triceps. We do have a set of push-ups here before we come onto your back and get into some abs. You have 2 changes left in your arms right here. You're gonna just finish with flying colors on that all 4 position. We've got it. You're gonna just go ahead and bring those forearms down and squeeze as they come back up. You're holding at the top in 5, 4, beautiful, 3, and 2 on 1. Meet me at the top. Walk your right foot back and left foot back just so you have that form. Option to drop to the meaty part of your knees. It's a hand release push-up, lifting hand, squeezing shoulder blades, coming right back up to the top. Some of you can do these on your toes. You can still just press back up to your knees. So as you lower down, nice and slow with control, you release those hands before you press back up. Full 20 seconds right here, I know. Full 20 seconds, you have it. You're coming into a forearm plank. Hold at the end of this, just so you know where you are. And then you're also at that 10-minute mark at class. So you're doing great. Give me 10 more seconds here. Don't give up on this hand release push-up. Forearm plank in 6. Give me 2 more push-ups. 5. Nice, Emma. 4, 3, 2. Everybody find your forearm plank and hold. Find your forearm plank and hold. I need you to take a big, big, big breath right here. It's only 30 seconds. I made you hold a plank for 2 minutes on Tuesday, so I know you've got 30 seconds and you're right here. Here's what I need you to do. Zip up your inner thighs if you can. Look at the edge of that mat. Don't look up. I want you to think about protecting your neck right here. As you press into that mat, think about pulling elbows towards your toes, zipping up that rib cage, which means you're not sucking it in or holding your breath. You're pulling belly button towards your spine, and you're using your breath to contract your muscles here for me. Here we go. Final 8 and 7. You've got 6 more seconds in a child's pose. In 5, in 4, final 3, last 2. You rest right here. Press back. Nice job. Light on arms today, so trust me as we get into these abs. I want to get you nice and warm there. So you're going to come onto your bottoms when you're ready. Take a sip of water if you need it. You know I never cue that for you. You're going to come onto your backs, and I want you to lower all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest and take that little rock from side to side. Really nice work in those legs today as you started to get shoulders warm. We're going to see if we can't get those abs warm right here too. Bring your feet flat on your mat for me to start. Your hands are going to reach up towards the ceiling. You're going to take a big inhale. On the exhale, you reach all the way up. You're going to tap left ankle, right ankle. Good. Left ankle and right ankle. We're going to build on what we did Tuesday. 3 changes right here. We're going to go through it just twice. Tap and tap. I need you to stay high off of those shoulder blades. The higher you can keep yourself as you are reaching, I want you to find that pinch Think about as you reach to each side, can you feel your rib cage? Can you feel everything as it shifts? You've got 15 seconds left right here. Hold on to it for me. In 10 seconds, your toes are going to go towards the ceiling and we're going to reach for those toe taps. In 5, in 4, in 3, you're going to lower down. In 2, lower head, neck, and shoulders. Bring toes towards that ceiling. Lift up, tap ankles, come halfway down. Lift up, tap ankles, come halfway down. So you're not in that pulse at the top and you're not in a full range. I want you to come halfway down, lift right back up, reach for those toes, reach for those ankles. Lower abs should really be feeling this movement right here. You have it. Big inhale, big exhale. Yes, reach, 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 reach. You're going to lower your feet down. We've got an alternating V-up happening in 10, 9, keep reaching, 8, don't give up on it. Use your breath, 7, and 6, you're right there. 5 more seconds. 4 and 3. Last 2 on 1. You're going to bring your knees down. You're going to reach those legs to the corners of your mat. Lift those hands back up. Exhale, tap that left ankle. Inhale, lower down. I want you to think to yourself, can you exhale? Breathe. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Long time in your VFs. I usually only have you, 20 seconds at max, but I want you to give me a full 30 here because I want you to fight for that extra couple of seconds to lift that leg up, but to extend through the back of that knee. Get head, neck, and shoulders up so you're coming into that V position. You'll start bending your knees when you need to. Only 8 seconds left. You rest. Knees come into your chest in 5, 4, 3, and 2. Everybody rest for me. Bring your knees into your chest. You've got it. Bring your knees into your chest and rest. Take a big inhale. If you need to go into happy baby for a second, go into happy baby. If you need to go into that bridge to let that lower back have a rest, you're back in it in 5 seconds. Feet come flat in 4. Nice rest in 3. In 2, hands reach towards that ceiling. Take a big inhale, exhale, come back up. Reach for those pinky toes. I need these heel taps to count. So come up nice and high. Pretend like there's an egg or like a little orange right underneath of your chin. So you're not crunching your chin down. Nice and soft right here. Try to release those shoulders. 20 seconds to go in these heel taps. I want you to think to yourself, can I reach any further? Can I come up any higher? You've got this. Big inhale and exhale. If it's too much to stick your hands behind your head, you can always let your elbows drive to each side. I need 8 and 7. Toes go up towards that ceiling. This time we're going to reach our hand past opposite ankle and get that little twist in that reach. In 3, in 2, toes go up towards the ceiling. Reach right hand past left ankle, left hand past right. Stay right at the top and just reach from side to side for me. You have this right at the top. Reach from side to side. Breathe for me. Stay up there. Keep pulling that imaginary rope. Trust your body. You've got this. Reach and reach for me. Hold on to it for 5 more counts. 4 more counts. Good. 3. Beautiful. 2. Knees come into your chest on 1. No more V-ups. That was nice. Knees come right over top of those hips, hands behind your head, lift up, go right into your bicycles, twist, twist, twist. The bicycle is what you all excel on. You've been doing these with me for so long that you're like, I look like a ballerina, my toes are pointed, I can make these look as pretty as you want. Now focus on your breath, focus on lifting a little bit higher, twisting a little bit further, keep reaching for me. 20 seconds left and you rest. 4 minutes left in class. You have this. Twist and twist. Keep pointing those toes. Yes. Bring that leg down 1 more inch for me. I'm just 1 more inch. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're like, I can give you a foot difference if you'd like it. There we go. 10 and 9. Final 8. You rest in 7. Nice, Kathleen. 6. Keep twisting. 5 and 4. We're there, ladies. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Knees come into your chest. Knees come into your chest. Big inhale here for me. Big exhale. Take the rest. You're going to cross your ankles. You're going to rock up to your seated position. Right where you just were in those 3 changes. Hands come right underneath of your shoulder. You're going to need me in that forearm tap, lift, squeeze your triceps. Forearm tap, lift, squeeze your triceps. I know, quick transition there, but we're coming right down to the end, so I want to get you warm in those shoulders 1 more time. Light on arms today, I know. I am going to teach Saturday, so we'll get a little bit more arms then, or you can do the recording. Big inhale, big exhale. As you bring those forearms down to the mat, I need you to squeeze your triceps at the top. Don't cheat yourself right here at the end of it. You're going into your hand release push-ups. I want you to set yourself up in a plank first so that when you come down, you're in that correct form. In 5 seconds, I need you to find that push-up position. In 4, in 3, push-up position, if I can speak. In 2, 1, go ahead and press those hands away from that mat. Walk your feet apart right here. You are either coming into that hand release push-up on your toes or on your knees. Most of you can do these on your toes. You just might need to press back up on your knees. So make sure you're challenging yourself here. It's your last little bit of work. So what I want you to think about in these push-ups is how many can I do? Can I fight through the break? You have 20 seconds left right here, and I know you can do it. You get to take a break between that plank. Last little bit of work right here. Exhale, press away. Inhale as you lower, final 10 seconds. You're gonna get 2 more planks in. You're gonna press back into your child's pose in 5, 4, get that last plank in, make it count. 3, child's pose in 2, press back and rest for me. Last rest right here, open those knees apart. Sink your seat back towards your heels. I want you to reach your hands to the edge of the mat. Start wiggling your fingertips forward for me, nice. From here, you're finding your forearm plank in 5, 4, 3, and 2, find your forearm plank. Find it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So we were originally doing these maybe like that minute mark. We're starting to add on to that because what I want you to think here is I want you to feel that sweat. It's going to drip down your arms because you're fatigued right here. You're going to feel that little bit of a shake. So you're going to zip up those inner thighs. Your first modification is always going to be to walk your feet apart before you come onto your knees. There's no downward dog happening before we cut off of here. You have about a minute left. Here's what I need you to think. Full minute 30 in your planks today as opposed to that minute. Know that most of you did 2 minutes on Tuesday. When this cuts off, I want you to find your child's pose. Make sure you thread that needle a little bit. Give yourself a nice little stretch because we're going to go right through till the end right here. Now take a big inhale. Ignore what your mind is telling you. You have this. Every time you exhale, you're pressing into that mat. You're pulling elbows towards your toes. We're contracting, but you're still breathing. Shoulders look perfect here. Emma, nice. Hold on to that. Find that breath. Look to the edge of that mat. Don't look towards those toes. About 30 seconds to go. You can do this. This is where you need to just go right past whatever your mind is telling you. Your abs are so much stronger than you think. You're right there, ladies. 20 seconds to go. Remember, find that child's pose at the end of this. Give yourself a cat cow if you need and get right back into it. Here, you're at the end of it. Do not drop. Do not drop. 10, 9, rest in 8 and 7. You're there. 6 and 5. Final 4, 3, 2, and you rest. Press all the way back. Nice. Big inhale here for me. On that exhale, reach those fingertips 1 more inch forward. Yes. If you need to come onto your back,